What's up, guys? So I ate up all the food. So this ain't really gonna be a mukbang right now. This is just chill and talk. I don't know all my business. All right. So let me tell you. I don't know. Oh yeah. So anyway, this guy, he was so. I was not interested in him at all. And plus, I didn't know at the time like he was very in love with his baby mom. And I wouldn't even say in love, like I would say more so lust because he would talk about her sexually and say, "Oh, she could have she's good in bed and all this." And I'm just like, we were cool though. Like we were cool. So when we started our friendship, it was kind of like, you know, we talked about almost anything together. So he was open to telling me that. And so anyway, this person used to like practice polygamy, and the baby mamas, they were all into that shit. And I didn't know how to feel about that because, I don't think he really was interested in like being in a committed relationship. So I didn't like him anyway. Like I was just like, no, you're not my type. I was just trying to do the business. And I was going to give him to my cousin. I was going to hook him up with my cousin because I thought that my cousin may be interested. But I was like, you know what? Let me just see like where this goes. It might be, what if I get mad and this was potentially supposed to be something. So I end up pretty much giving this person a chance. And I mean, we hit it off really well. We became really close, really good friends and whatnot. And the first time we were like intimate, it was so nice. You know, I would say it was it was like the best. It was like the best, you you know. So anyway, it was because this person, I don't know, it's just something about it that I really enjoy. Like we were just like very close. Well, in some ways. But this person was very selfish. And before that, we end up buying these frogs. We were trying to find like, we wanted to do Cambo, and so I was like, you know what, we could do it ourselves because I would go to a shaman and whatnot. I'm like, I'm not about to be paying almost $200 or so, for some damn Cambo. Let's get our own frog. You know what I'm saying? If you bought one, we can buy one. It was my idea. So I was like, I end up finding the albuterol frog, and I end up, telling, I was encouraging, like, we could do it. So I end up finding it, and one thing I really admired about this connection was once we put our head together, we could really go far. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we end up getting the frogs, and he bought the container that it goes in, and the food and all that. Like he kept up with everything. But when I wanted to take my frog, he would not let me take the frog. So anyway, why? Tell me why his frog ended up dying. He gonna tell me it was my frog. I'm like, it's not my frog. That's your frog. I wanted to take my frog, but then the other frog ended up dying. We didn't even get to do the Cambo. So anyway, after that, guys, I was really upset with him about it, but it was just like whatever. It is what it is. We end up pursuing like some, trying to do business. My goal was like, let's do a trucking business, and then we could buy like a group home or something. Like I just wanted to do that because this person, he drove trucks. So I was like, let's do that. I was just always the one that encouraged him and myself, to like do more. So anyway, we end up we end up we end up starting this business, and well, we tried to, but it was just like he was so lazy. Like, this person was so lazy. I was the more so the motivator, and he was selfish. I didn't like that. It's just kind of like, if I didn't tell him to do, he would just, it was just like, it wouldn't be nothing without me. And I ain't trying to be like that. It's the truth. But this man, he was so in love with his baby mama. And so I'm like, I don't know how to, first off, after I start liking this person, my nose got like a little open, and we would go out and dance. Like, we just had a good time together. We really enjoyed each other. We enjoyed each other's company. And so after we end up, I don't know, we just always had a good time. After that, guys, this person start acting real funny. It's kind of like, when you show your interest and you start liking them, they start treating you like you were treating them in the beginning. And so I felt the way about that. I had it was like, it started to be mixed signals after. Because one day, we were supposed to go out, and this person, we were supposed to go out dancing. I remember the first time we went out dancing. Let me tell you about that before I tell you about this. So we went out dancing. This was the time that I really didn't like him. We were dancing. He was all up on me. I'm like, ugh, like, get, like, back up a little bit. He felt so, like, I guess he felt really hurt because I wasn't on him like that. We were dancing and having fun, but I just I wasn't feeling it. Like, I just thought he was just a friend. So anyway, we ended up going back to his place, and when we went back to his place, I would spend the night over there, but I really wasn't feeling him like that. We were just, he would sleep on that side, and I would sleep on the other, and it would be it. You know what I'm saying? And so it just started to be like that. Like, his home would be my safe haven. I would be, I'll go over there to just get away from a lot of the drama that was going on with my situation. And I'll tell you about that later. It was so much mess. But anyway, he knew everything I was going through. Like, one thing about me, I'm an open book, and I'm not gonna lie or be sneaky or whatever. He knew about my situation. And so anyway, when I was over there, I just enjoyed being over there. He would give me like 5 breakfasts while I was in bed. And this person, he was a vegan, so he encouraged me to go vegan. And so, we just had a really good relationship. So then, things start getting serious after a while, because I really did start feeling this person. But the baby mama, that was just like constantly an issue. And the thing is, the baby mama didn't even want this person. She didn't want him. He wanted her. And so I'm like, I cannot like deal with the baby mama because if you still like, first off, you're still talking about, oh, she was so good in bed, she was this and that. I'm like, I was watching this lady on Kendra show, and it was a 31-year-old girl. She had 5 kids, and she was talking about how she, had slept with her kid's father and his baby mama to see how intimacy would be with her, because he will always brag about her and say all these good things about her. Excuse me, guys. My auntie is making banga soup, and I cannot stand the smell of that soup. It just gets to me. It's like a hard smell. But anyway, with that said, like some things, even if it's like a curiosity that you may have, it's nothing that you like move forward with. With that said, child, I wonder, like, what does a man mean when a woman is like, when they brag about a woman's sex? Because I just don't understand. Like, what do you mean when you talk about a woman's sex and you're saying you're so addicted? Even though I heard him say it didn't make me curious to want to sleep with the girl. Some of these women be, I don't know, they be going crazy. It makes me want to figure out, like, in some ways it would have made me feel like, okay, but what does she have that I don't? You'll question yourself, but then you start thinking, like, when he was like, my baby mama nasty. I'm like, see, yeah, I'm not into that shit. So if you saying she nasty like that, baby, I'm A B, maybe A B, maybe a little bit of C, and that's it. Like, it ain't going as far as that. Like, I'm not saying that I'm a pillow princess, but I'm not about to sit here and do it all the way to the Z. Okay, like, you're going to get your basic needs and your basic necessities, but it ain't going to go as far as that. Because when you say nasty, that's scary to me. That's scary. So, yeah, I couldn't compete with that, y'all. I couldn't compete. So, it just wasn't going to work. Yeah, so I was just thinking about this person. Because he was the shit. In some ways, we was the shit together, but it just ain't never get how we wanted it. Because it was always another the baby mama, and possibly some other women. I don't know what it is about some of these men who just can't see just one person. They got to deal with the whole world in their hand. They got the whole world. And some of these men, they got to have a man and a woman. So you got to be careful with that. You know what I'm saying? You just got to be careful out here. But anyway, with the whole frog, we never even got to experiment the frog. Like, we never got to do the Cambo. We never got to do a lot of things because there was just always some damn distraction, when it came to him. And just, I was just, I've always been trying to, like, get something off the ground. And when you do stuff with people, sometimes people can be a huge distraction, child. But yeah, he was just a person that I enjoyed doing at the time. And not just in that way. Like, I enjoyed that person's company. Like, we really were friends, And a lot of the guys, the men that I dated, we were friends before anything, And that's how it's always been, It ain't been no wham bam, thank you, man, ain't listen that. But everything ain't for everybody. I tried anyway. Just run across my mind. Just run. person, yeah, they did. Because I ain't really talking to nobody right now. Like, they got me choked in they got me in a chokehold, you know? So I can't really get out there like I would like, you know? Okay, oh. I don't like banga soup. But she put periwinkles in it. I don't know what that is. I gotta look it up. But yeah, it was just something I enjoyed doing at the time. I mean, I would have liked things to move forward with us. We was so selfish. Very selfish. And I don't like selfish men. You know? So yeah, that's what happened. Anything exciting? I mean, when I stopped dealing with him because I couldn't be intimate with this person and that person. You know what I'm saying? Once things got serious with me and another person, because I cut him off because things would it just never was going nowhere. So I messed with someone else. And me and this guy, like, he wanted to marry me, but I was not interested because I found out, I think he was doing some other stuff other than weed, and I'm just not about to be getting down with the get down, and not possibly sleeping with men too, child. So I was dealing with this person, and they were a nurse and a realtor, and that's a whole nother story. I could tell you about that later. But I the other person called me, the guy called me, and he was like, I bought us some guys, shrooms is a medicine that is from the earth, and it assists you with healing. And if you really like someone and you do that, like, I'm getting too deep with you, but you do that, I don't know what could happen because I've never did that before. I've only did it by myself, and I did it with someone who was a teacher of Campbell and shroom, and now that was for me to, like, really heal some trauma that I went through. I wouldn't consider it trauma, just some karmic lessons that I went through as a child, and my mind, and I wouldn't even say child, I would say in my older adult life, okay? But this person called me out the blue and was like, we can, I'll tell y'all about that later. I didn't take the initiative. I didn't take the offer because at the time I was dealing with someone, and I'm not about mixing penises. Like, if it's one person, it's one person, child. We ain't about to be doing everybody, okay? Ain't nobody double dipping. So I was just like, no, I can't do that because I'm messing with someone else now. I'm dealing with someone else. And at the time, he wasn't really being serious. Kept talking about the damn baby mama. And it's like when the baby mama find out that he dealing with somebody, then this is when she want to sneak in and cause division between me and this person. It's just always some damn toxicity. You know what I'm saying? And I can't, I'm not about to deal with that shit. So yeah, guys, that's my story of my frog. I don't know how the frog died, child, but this man would not let me get my damn frog. He was so selfish. I could tell you about other things that this man did, but one thing, you're not gonna sit here and play me and think that I'm not gonna get something out of it. So I ended up taking one of his, valuable belongings, and he loved this thing so much. And I called him and I let him know, like, hey, I got your, what? And he was so mad, like, he was crying, like, bring it back. And I was like, no. I kept it for almost 8 months to a year because I didn't like how he did me. And so, yeah, I kept that because I'm like, you're not about to sit here and take something valuable of mine and be selfish when I ask you for something and you don't give it, it wasn't nothing. It wasn't much that I asked for, but just a simple fact, that he was being selfish, treating me like a regular schmegular. Baby, ain't nothing regular schmegular about me. You know what I'm saying? You're not about to sit here and treat me like that either. So any man who try to play me, there will always be karma. And baby, I will get you. You know what I'm saying? I will take something of yours and call you the next day and say, hey, I got your, you know what? I'll tell you. I won't have to steal it. I'll tell you. I took your, you know what? And I took it because it is. And you're not getting it back. Well, I'm going to call the police. Call the police, ho. Call the po-po, ho. Okay? I don't care. I took it because you took mine. But see, the thing is, I can't get mine back. But you can get your shit back. And you're not getting it back. Now that I know this is something you really love, you're not getting it back until I get all my use out of it. Anyway, that's all, y'all. I'll come back, tell y'all some more. I gotta find me some good stuff to eat, because y'all be on here smacking so good. Like, I don't know how to make that seafood stuff. Honestly, I'm not really a good cooker. I am when I have a man. Like, if I have a man, I know how to cook for my man. I'm cooking you butterball biscuits, some damn fried chicken, some smothered. Like, one day I made, girl, I hooked this meal up, and I came over there like maybe 4 days later, maybe a week. I wouldn't say a week, and he was eating it. Not this person. He was eating. I was like, I started eating some of his food. And I said, what is this? Who made this? He was like, you made it. I'm like, I made this? It was so good. But I could cook when I got a man. And when I could cook for my kids. I cook very well for my kids. Like, I know how to cook for people. But when it comes to me, if it's just me, I'm eating some damn noodles, child. And that's probably it. Some salad. I'm not cooking big meals like that. It's very rare. I'm eating some African food. Because that's how my auntie cook. But my kids, I cook my kids big meals. And I'll cook my man a big meal. But I'm not about to sit here and cook me a big meal. It's very rare. So, yeah. That's all. He just ran across my mind, So I just wanted to, tell y'all what I was thinking. It was just on my mind. Because I'm like, I'm a little hot, like, baby, I need, you know what I'm saying? I start working out. I start, getting busy, working on my business, trying to think of other things, baby. But I done been here, job. So I gotta find some stuff to do, because it's been years, okay? So yeah, that's all I wanted to tell y'all. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to comment, like, share, tell your friend, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and love to you.